To get started with playing Monopoly, you want the game Monopoly. The person that's going to be in my video today is my daughter, Melanie. Say hi, Melanie. Wave.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Tiffany White, and this is my speech on how to play Monopoly. Before shows like Jersey Shore and technology advances like iPhones, video games, and internet, many families have bonded over games like Candyland, checkers, chess, Jenga, Cranium, Boggle, and Monopoly. Those are some games that I can think of that made my family nights amazing. But for my family and I, we love to play Monopoly because the game lasted forever and we got to laugh over stealing and selling each other's properties. Games like Monopoly can give families the time they need to develop long-lasting relationships that will bond with them forever. What makes Monopoly so special besides gaining a whole bunch of imaginary money and taking people's fortune? That's a really easy question to answer, but for younger children, it can teach them the basic foundations of math. For older children, it can keep them out of their phones and learn to live without their precious technology. And for adults, it just gives us a break from our bill-paying realities. I have been playing Monopoly for years, way before I even knew how to divide and multiply. That's how easy it is to play and learn. You can only really need basic math skills to learn to play. Learning to play Monopoly is a fun way to pass time. However, you can learn to play Monopoly by following 3 easy steps. Step 1, start the game properly by setting up every player with game pieces, money, and choosing real estate agents, banker, and banker. 2, buy property, land on good chances, pass go, and collect that rent. And 3, don't get bad community chest or go to jail and sell your property. With Monopoly, you want to begin the game by deciding who is going to be the banker and the real estate agent. The banker deals with the money and the real estate agent the property. Now, you could set up 2 separate people to handle the task. However, I find that it's just easier to set up one person to do both. Next, you want to make sure that each player is set up with $1,500 so that they are all capable of buying property. Each player is also to pick a token or a game piece to recognize who is who. In my experience, it is smart not to buy property immediately on things that you land on first, unless it is a good property. Most people are not picky when they first pick property, so be decisive on the things that you decide to buy, but don't wait too long. Your goal is to gain property so you can put houses and hotels on them later to collect money, and collecting money is always good and the point of the game. Monopolize the market so that way you can always stay ahead of the other players. Again, you're playing Monopoly. The only time it is legal to play Monopoly is when you're playing Monopoly. Not only are you going to probably dominate the other players, but it will make your experience more enjoyable when you start to collect your rent. What do you do when someone lands on your property? Well, on the back of your property card, the card that you get when you buy a property, it will tell you how much money they owe you. If you have houses or hotels on your property, they will owe you more. Don't forget to pay attention because if someone lands on your property and you do not ask to collect, they will not have to pay you rent. You will not win the game if you're not collecting any money. Each roll of the dice gives you a chance to land on chances or community chest. These cards can mean you skipping a couple of steps or ending up in jail. Every time you pass go, you will collect $200, but it is also your responsibility to ask the banker to give it to you. That $200 income could help you buy more property, or you can land on if you land on someone else's property, you could pay them rent. Before you are able to put houses on your property, you must have all the matching colors that come with that property. It is necessary, otherwise the game would be too short. When Charles Darrow, the original creator of Monopoly, sold the game to Parker Brothers, they said it was too long, but that is now the new appeal of the game. Monopoly is a game of wits and strategy as much as it is a game of chance. Yes, you may end up going to jail. By landing on the jail slot when you roll the dice and find yourself losing money rather than gaining money. But if you have yourself set up to where you can land on a hotel and not go completely bankrupt, you're definitely doing something right. Certainly, it is worthwhile sometimes to get a break, and you might find yourself safer in jail than outside on the board. In my opinion, that is when it gets really fun. It barely feels like escaping death when there's hotels and houses all across the board. Nowhere is safe to land. Boardwalk alone could mean paying a $1,400 payout. Obviously, there are some things that will not help your chances. Like I spoke about earlier, chance and community chess could either make or break you. You may end up with a card telling you to go to a railroad that someone owns and paying a lot of property tax, or ending up not passing go and behind bars. Now, there's no way to win Monopoly unless you have a game plan and luck. Roll the dice hoping that you avoid another bad product of the game. At times, you may end up in a tight pinch and have to sell some of your property if you run out of actual cash. Hopefully, you will not get to those points, but I have seen valuable comebacks even at the expense of a person selling most or all of their property. Monopoly is known for their comebacks and innovation of the game. In the game of chance, you learn to pass go, buy property, take and give money, find chances, and land on chess for either negative or positive reading. But when you're learning and playing a game of Monopoly, it is all worth it in the end. Any family will be lucky to play any role of any of the Monopoly games. The Parker brothers have kept up with the times and have created different versions of the game that I and many others love so much. If you want a way to bond with your family and have a little fun, Monopoly may have originally been made in 1995, but in 2013 it is still a hit with me. As many games that I have played and could have gave you a how-to on, this one was the first one that came to mind because of strategic challenge and chancing fun. Thank you for watching my video. Bye!